Hello, everyone. This is Pharmacist Michael. And today I had a guest that was going to come on and talk about a pretty intensive weight loss. And she may show up still. I'm going to give her a little bit of time. But until then, I am going to answer questions for anybody that may have them. Any question about mindset, any question about medications, any question about becoming healthier, you can ask me. And I can go through what I did to lose weight because I didn't lose 191 pounds, but I lost about 70 or 80. And the way I did it was I started running. Of course, I started slow. I started on a treadmill walking. And every day I had a little book that I had, a little spiral notebook, and I wrote my weight down, and I actually weighed myself every day. Now, I don't recommend doing that, but that's just what I did. And I stopped drinking alcohol and I stopped eating fast food. So my calorie count went way, 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 way down. Um, and I was just a whole lot healthier. And that's how I did it. But I really wanted to hear how she was able to lose 191 pounds. And I think she said she did it in a year. I've still got my phone on here she may be having problems getting on. This is a pretty easy platform, but I don't know. If you guys have questions, please ask me. I don't really have anything specifically prepared because I thought I was going to interview her, but I am definitely up for questions, and I could even probably pull somebody up here. All I need is an email address, right? So I don't know. But if she doesn't show up, then I won't take. Hi, Lucinda. How are you? How are you doing? Do you have any questions for me, Lucinda? I'm happy you're here. If you have any questions, let me know. Anything about health and wellness, medications, you can ask me anything pharmacy related, drugs, diseases, health food supplements. I have my own supplement company. Some of you already know that. It's called Sunshine Nutraceuticals. We could talk about some of those. People ask me sometimes what is the best supplement in my store. In fact, since I've got some time here, I will pop this up there so you guys can see. That is the website. I would say if you have pain, turmeric is the best. If you're not suffering from pain at all, if you have a low vitamin D level, of course, the K2D3 is going to be the best. But you can get pretty much everything you need just from the Sunshine multivitamin. I mean, that's probably, if you were going to take one thing in the store, the one thing that I would recommend. Now, if you're somebody that suffers from anxiety, then the anxiety formula would be good. If you're somebody who needs to concentrate more, then Brain and Focus is good. People with arthritis, my recommendation would be Ultra Joint Flex. So those are just some of the most popular. What supplements do I recommend for weight loss? So I have three. And one's called Keto Ultra, one's called Keto 5, and one is called Weight Loss Formula. And they all basically do the same thing. They're all appetite suppressants. The biggest difference between the three is the Keto Ultra, which is the one that I generally take if I'm going to take one at all. It doesn't have Garcinia cambogia in it. Some people don't like to take that. There's been, some people say it's bad for your liver, and it might be, I don't know. And I used to have a pure Garcinia cambogia supplement, and I took it out just because I wasn't sure how healthy it was, especially when it was a pure form of Garcinia. So I took it down. But Dr. Oz is the one that really started a huge craze on that. And this was years ago when this happened, but I just, I don't want to be responsible for somebody becoming hurt from taking supplements. So I just decided not to stock that particular one. So, Keto Ultra is probably the safest one I have. And that's just because the Garcinia is not in it. That being said, I've taken all of them. I've never had an issue. Weight loss formula is the most popular one. That one has the highest sales, but I think that's just because of the name of it. And just because something says Keto Ultra or Keto 5 does not mean that you have to be in ketosis to take it. They all basically work by decreasing your appetite. And I can certainly tell the difference if I try to eat all my calories in a small window. So I try to do intermittent fasting if I can. And, I used to eat everything in 3 or 4 hours. I don't do that anymore. But during those periods, I would take them during the day just so I wasn't hungry. Alpha lipoic acid, I get a lot of questions about that. And I think I'm going to do a video on that. I'm not 100% sure about it without studying it some. So I don't really have a recommendation for it or against it, but I think that one, it's kind of like the ox bile. I get so many questions about it, but you're a licensed plastic surgery consultant. You can help her with her situation. Oh, I know, but I think she's comfortable. I don't know. Maybe it's a time difference. I sent her a couple of messages in here, and I don't know where she is, but we'll get her on here sooner or later. Hopefully she's just late, right? Hopefully she's just late. Let me check my emails to see I think she would have contacted me through TikTok though. And she's not there. So, it could be a couple of things. One, she's in a different time zone and didn't realize, even though I said Pacific time, some people get mixed up, they get mixed up with that. Maybe she's just not comfortable coming on. That's possible, but I don't think so. I don't think that's it. And I know you are a licensed plastic surgery consultant, and I can't wait to interview you one of these days. That will be wonderful. Another thing that we can talk about, since we're on here, and we're kind of talking about weight loss, because that's what, it is some simple little things that you can do to help you lose weight, that some people know these tricks, but you may not. And one is parking further away from wherever you work or wherever you're going, right? So if you walk a little bit further every day to and from your car, it doesn't seem like a lot, but if you're an office worker and you're sitting at a desk all day, extra steps make a difference. I walked probably a half a mile at my lunch break today. And instead of going on TikTok, that's what I did. I walked down to the Bayfront and back, which isn't that far, but it was a nice day outside. So I figured I'd get some miles of walking in. So make you walk, pick up your pace too. Yep, that's right. That's one thing you can do. The other thing is drink a lot of water. And, I always talk about drinking water for hydration, but water can also fill your stomach up. If you keep drinking it, it can help you be less hungry. And then there's, certain foods that can also fill you up, foods that are high in fiber can do that. So that's another trick, not really a trick anymore, but and then, making sure you're snacking on healthy foods and not junk food. That might be the most important thing, because if you spend all day eating muffins and breads and stuff like that, then you're going to gain weight a lot faster than if you're eating carrot sticks and celery and things like that. What I normally do is I take some hummus. I like the red pepper hummus. That's my favorite. And if I'm going to snack at all, I snack on carrot sticks with hummus. And I try very hard to completely stay away from sweets, because sweets are, I mean, they're super good, guys, but they can put weight on you fast and they're empty calories. So I don't think that it's a good idea. You know, once in a while, it's fine. You don't want to deprive yourself from your favorite foods forever. But if you get in the habit of eating candy bars and donuts and, you know, things that are sweet, that are full of carbs, you're going to gain weight a whole lot faster. And of course, fast food is almost always a bad idea. Some people say, yeah, but I can get salad. Well, you can, but why would you? I mean, you can go to the store and buy fresh lettuce, some carrots, some peppers, you know, and make your own. You can even get pre-made salads in the store. I don't even do that though, because I think they're too expensive. So I just make them myself. But it doesn't take that much time, and it's certainly a whole lot healthier for you. And always remember that the more things that you can make yourself, the healthier you're going to be, because anything packaged has other ingredients in it that aren't good for you. So even things like almond milk. You know, we had April on here and she said she makes her own almond milk, and I'm actually trying to do that right now. I just started it this morning. I'm only going to start with a cup of almonds though, and they're soaking in water now. And then I'm going to rinse them, put them in the blender, add some water, and, you know, strain them after I put them in the blender, strain them through some cheesecloth just to see what it tastes like and how it works. But even if it's not cheaper, hi, Jetty May. How are you? How are you? Do you want to pop up here? I can send you a link because I do have your information, and my person didn't show up. So we can talk about weight loss with you, because you're probably one of the healthiest people I know. I know we've already done it once, but we could certainly do it again. It's up to you. It's up to you. It'll only take me a minute to send you a link though. I just love this app, by the way, guys. It's not an app, it's a program. It's called StreamYard. And I learned about it from some guys on YouTube that use it and promote it. And I just love it. Okay, we're going to do it. We're going to send Jetty May a link, guys, right now. I'm going to show you how easy this is. So all I have to do is go into Chrome, go into StreamYard.com. It, of course, already knows who I am. So I just put my email in there. It wants a code, which is fine. It hopefully will send me a code quickly. Why is it not doing it? It will. Oh, it wants me to go to my email. Okay, because I haven't been on here for a bit. So we're going to do this though. We're going to go to my email. We're going to get the code. And then I'm going to send it to Jetty May. Of course, every time you want something to happen fast, it doesn't. Have you guys noticed that? There it is, login code. Okay, here we go. And then I log in. And I am going to text it to you, Jetty May. I'm going to invite guests, copy. And then I'm going to, okay, there it is. So now all she has to do is go into her text messages, click on the link, and she will pop up here. And then I don't think Jetty May lost 191 pounds, but if people come in here and they think it's her, they're really going to freak out, because I bet she hasn't. Hi, Kat. I bet she hasn't lost I don't know. She's so small that it's hard. She just stay there. She is. So watch this, guys. Look at that. I need to put on my headphones though. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for having me.
Well, you're back. You look wonderful. You look fabulous.
Thank you.
Do you want to go? You want to tell these people how you stay in pristine condition?
I feel an echo on my.
That's probably,
Is it better now?
well, I don't have an echo because I
Oh,
have
okay.
the headphones on. So I
I
don't
think
think,
I just fixed it.
okay, good. Tell me how Jetty Mae's doing these days.
I am doing excellent. I just got done filming YouTube videos, and that's why it's perfect timing because I'm already
I see
set up.
that. I see that. Look at that. You're ready to go. What were your YouTube videos about?
They're all on Tesla accessories. So I just partnered with Tesloid, which is a Tesla accessory company, to for camping gear and other gear for your Tesla. And it's very exciting because in October, I'm planning on road tripping and I have one of two options either to go up the Oregon way
Yes,
or to go the Arkansas way. So, because Texas is right in the middle of the United States, down, but in the middle. So I can either go up to Oregon or through Arkansas and through like New Hampshire and the New England states. So I'm very excited for that.
that's awesome.
And the main reason you have me on today is for health and wellness. And I would love to talk to everyone about tips to stay healthy. One of the questions I get asked on a daily basis is, how do I stay fit? I am asked this question every single day of my life. And my main secret is walking. I walk so much. Today I walked around 4 miles. Low intensity, right? You don't have to do anything fancy, but even studies show 15 minutes of walking a day can help you.
Absolutely. And it can help you in more than just one way, too. It's not just good for losing weight, it's also good getting outside and breathing air and seeing, getting your mind off of whatever it is that if you sit in the house all day long or an office, it's not good for your mental health.
Oh, exactly. And I am living proof that living a healthy lifestyle can help you with things such as stress.
Yep,
Right now, in my personal life, I am going through a divorce and I could be absolutely devastated, but instead, I am looking at positive aspects in my life and positive lifestyle choices to help me cope better with the situation. I am not drinking, I am not taking any type of hallucinogens. I am being present in the moment and I'm meditating on a daily basis. I'm also really leaning into gratitude. And I am so grateful for many things in my life. And I'm leaning into that instead of being upset with a situation that is out of my control.
so do you want to talk about this divorce a little bit? Because the one part I know about, I think it's up to you. This is your life,
I
but
would love to. I am a child-free person, and so my divorce is centered around the fact that I choose not to have children, and my in-laws cannot live without children. And so it's a tough
oh, they can live
decision.
without them. They can live
Right,
without children. They've done it this. They can do it just fine. It's
right. They can lean into gratitude. They
but
can,
the question is it your business as a parent to tell your son's wife that she has to have kids? And I think the answer to that is absolutely not.
right.
People should
I
only have kids if they want to have kids. That's a huge, huge responsibility. And if you don't want to do it, you shouldn't be forced into it.
1,000,000%. I personally agree with that. I am in my early 30s. I am focusing on my career and my travel opportunities. I am able to travel to over 6 places every year.
Yep.
And that is an opportunity that I don't take lightly. Not a lot of people are able to travel as much as I am able to travel. And at the moment, I'm not willing to sacrifice my career and the different things that I have in my personal life. So for me, I have to do what makes me happy.
Absolutely.
And traveling right now is something I'm not going to give up. This summer, I will be going to New York, Pittsburgh, the St. Martin Island, and also a Caribbean island. So those are my trips I have planned this summer. And then in October, I will be road tripping in my brand new Tesla across the country, which I am very excited for. I'm excited to meet different people that I've met on TikTok and YouTube that I haven't met in person yet. And I'll be traveling through states and meeting people. I'm so excited.
That's wonderful. How long were they pressuring you to do this?
8 years.
See, I just saw the end. I just saw the end result, but 8 years
Right.
of this. How long were you married?
8 years.
So this has been going on since,
Since before I was married. So
and
probably
you've
nine
told them,
years
I'm
if I'm
sure, because you're
honest.
not shy, that you're not interested in doing this, right?
Right.
And the husband finally, what did he do? Did he say, "Hey, we're either having kids or you're"?
He values his parents so much that he cannot stand up to them, and it's actually causing his relationship with his parents to be um, strained because of my decision not to have children at the moment. And
Did he
if
try
I
to
look
con you
back when
into
I
it?
would
Did he try to con you into having kids?
no, because he's also working on his career.
So he doesn't want them either.
No, we're both really focused on
Hi,
our
Jennifer.
career.
Well, wait a
And
second. Hold on a minute. If you don't
right, I
want them
know. Hold
and
on.
he doesn't want them, why are you getting a divorce because of it? That doesn't make any sense.
Because for me, it's being bullied on a monthly basis
Uh,
from his parents. And the pressure is the emails, the pressure is just becoming too much for me. I initiated the divorce. I filed the paperwork. So I'm the push behind this because I feel too much pressure from my in-laws. And it is monthly bullying,
That's
monthly badgering, and it got to a point. My mother-in-law visited me. She lived in my house for almost a month, and it was a whole month of fighting. And that's not the type of person I am. I don't normally argue with people, but it was uh, breaking my items, ripping up all my plants out of my flower garden.
who
It
did that?
a lot of passive aggressive behavior. And so I had to reevaluate my life, my goals, and go, can I live with people pressuring me on a monthly basis to have children and people who won't stop to the point they're upsetting my husband, they're upsetting me. So I had to look at it and just remove myself from the equation. And I feel really bad for my husband because he's still going to have to deal with them.
Oh yeah.
When I'm gone, the pressure will not stop. So I feel bad that he has to deal with that pressure. I will not have to deal with the pressure, and I will be traveling the country.
Did you guys think about moving someplace far away from them?
We are, they live in China.
Oh,
We are
geez.
on the other side of the world.
This is getting better and better as time goes. So they don't even live in the United States and they're
No,
causing this many problems because
yes,
you won't have a baby.
right. It's intense, and um even my some of my husband's friends just tell me, "Oh, just to appease the in-laws, just have a child. You
No,
know,
no,
they'll
no, no, no,
babysit,
no,
they'll help." And
no,
I
no,
can't
no,
do that. So
no. You don't
it's
have a kid because somebody else wants you to do it.
right. And we just do not have the time or the finances at the moment to support a child. That's
It doesn't
we have
matter. The
just
thing is,
enough to
you could make it happen if you wanted one. If you wanted a kid, you could do it. You could make
right,
it work. But
right.
if you
I
don't
could
want one,
r-
that's a huge change of your entire life. And you're right, you're not going to be going on 6 trips a year if you have one. I'll tell you that right now.
exactly. And I feel like you only are 30 once. You
Yep,
only have this opportunity to travel the world once. I don't know if it's going to be there when I'm in my 50s
yep.
after raising a kid. So I'm going to be look after my best interest. I'm going to travel the world. I am just very excited, and I hope to anybody out there, you follow your dreams.
Yes.
That's the moral of my story, is please do what makes you happy. Don't do what makes other people happy, because you will feel empty inside. I feel happy because I am being true to myself. I'm also staying very healthy. So I exercise on a daily basis. I try to eat healthy foods, and I try to take care of my mental health. That's so important to me. And when I am around other people, so many people have reached out to me with severe depression. They have opened up that they're experiencing severe depression right now, anxiety, um, and my best advice is focus on yourself. It is not selfish to focus on yourself, and you can't help other people if you're not doing well yourself. So, if I hope that helps somebody out there who might be going through a grieving stage in their life or just dealing with crippling anxiety due to external circumstances. Some things we can't control.
Right.
A lot of things we can't control.
Right. So Kat says, can you read the comments? I think they already tried that, Kat. I don't think it worked. It sounds like these parents are pretty.
Oh, exactly,
What
Kat.
does your mom think about all this?
We do want the same thing, but uh, the only other solution would be to cut the in-laws out completely, no contact. And that's not something my husband wants to do. And that's his decision. I can't make him cut contact with his
Right.
parents. That would be very, that's just not a decision I can make. I can cut contact with them, but without that cut of contact, it's a monthly pressuring, monthly emails, text messages to both parties. Um,
Is he an only child?
he is. I'm an only child too.
Yeah, I knew that. I didn't
We
know.
are both only children. My mother is very happy not to be a grandmother. She
She
is
likes to
very
travel
happy.
too.
Yes. She's very happy to get the opportunity to travel with me. So, as I mentioned, I go on a lot of trips. 90% of the time, I go on these trips with my mother.
Right.
And that is such a great experience. I love being able to bond with my mother because when I was growing up, my mom was a teen mom. She was very young and she worked through my childhood. So I didn't get to bond with her like some parents are able. Most parents now work. So maybe my experience now is more common in today's uh, present because both parents are working. But she worked so much that we didn't get to have a lot of time together. And now it's kind of like makeup time where we get to travel the world and bond in a way we didn't get to do when I was younger.
Right. I think you made the right decision. It's sad that it came down to this,
It really is. It
but
it wasn't a decision I took lightly. I've thought about it for many years. And just having my mother-in-law stay with me um, really brought to light that no matter what I do, it will never be good enough. And my husband is not able to cut contact with them because he would still like a relationship. So it's
what was it like having her there?
horrible. It was um it was very difficult to have somebody who is unhappy with you in the same space.
So, how did she treat you?
She ripped out all my plants. So I went on vacation to Virginia Beach for my 32nd birthday, and I came back and all my plants were ripped out. And she claimed that they appeared to be weeds. And so she was helping me. She also broke our kitchen sink, which was on accident, but still, she had been pushing on the sink, and we have a floating sink that really isn't meant to have human body weight on it. And so the sink fell right through because
Wow.
it's a floating sink. There's nothing under it to support it. um, which is fine for normal use. But if you're leaning, um, it was intense. It was very, uh,
That's
it was
crazy.
an experience, and I'm just very thankful it's over. And I am very thankful to have the opportunity to focus on myself in the upcoming years. So I am staying very positive about the situation.
You're going to do great. I have no doubts.
I feel very excited. I have a couple business ideas that I'm very excited to execute. I also have so many places I want to travel. I have a bucket list yay long, and I just can't wait to have that opportunity. So I'm very excited. I'm staying as positive as I think anybody would in this situation. And I just come back to, you have, not always, but you do have a choice to help however you're feeling. If you're in a dark place, reach out for help.
Yep.
If you're not feeling well inside, definitely seek out help. Definitely seek out meditation. Eat healthy. If you're eating McDonald's every day or fast food, that's going to really drain your resources. I read this cool study about sleep, and you actually need sleep to get sleep. So if you are so tired, it's actually very hard to sleep because the hormones that are released whenever you go to sleep can't be released without energy. So it's this perpetual cycle of not being able to sleep. So you need to take care of your body to be able to sleep. And I also follow a trauma coach on TikTok, and that's the number one thing they make sure people are doing is sleeping before they get into any sort of trauma. So if
Yep.
the client is not sleeping well, they don't even get into any sort of trauma until they figure out how to get sleep, because we just don't think well when we're tired.
Lack of sleep will make any mental health condition worse. It doesn't matter what it is. I've seen it over and over again. So, depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, psychosis, any of it. That's why bipolar manic patients are so unhappy, and they become unhappy because they don't sleep for days. It's just hard on your body.
I need at least 8 hours of sleep a night. I really try to make sure every night I get 8 hours of sleep, and I try to walk every single day. And that really also helps me get a good night's sleep. If I am not walking, I can feel it takes longer for me to go to sleep.
What do you eat?
I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. So I mostly stick to a plant-based diet, and I try for breakfast, I'll have fruit, oatmeal, whole grains, and also, like today, my dinner was a very big salad. I had an extremely big, the whole thing of salad that you might divide among people, I ate myself. So that was part of my dinner. I also ate some chestnuts today. I try to incorporate nuts, grains, a lot of whole foods. I try not to eat fast food
Yeah,
because it is fast, but it's not always good for you.
right. It usually isn't.
Usually isn't.
No. Wow.
So that's Jetty May, in a nutshell, so much has changed in just like 3 months, but I really hope everybody focuses on their happiness. Even if it's a job change, it can be the scariest thing in your life, but you have to do what makes you happy.
And you can't let fear ruin. I think a big lesson here is don't ever be scared to live your life the way you want to live your life just because you're comfortable the way it is, because so many people do that. They find a job that pays them good that they can't stand, but they're so scared that if they quit they'll never find another job that pays them as much even though they hate it.
Right,
Or they get into an abusive relationship with somebody and they're so scared that they'll never be able to either find someone else or be able to support themselves, that they just put up with it. And I
right.
think that's just not the way it should be. I mean,
No, right. Million percent. You have to look out for yourself. Think about when you're on an airplane. They say always put the mask on yourself before putting it on somebody else.
yeah,
So take care of yourself, and that'll help you to be the best partner, the best parent, the best colleague. Whenever we feel good, when we are healthy inside, then we can help other people. If you're not being good to yourself, and even just negative self talk, sometimes the meanest person is that person in
that's
your
right.
head,
Yep.
right? Saying mean things to you. Our own self talk, our own critic can be meaner than any person you'll meet in your day. So it's learning to be say positive things to yourself, even if you're not at your goal weight or at your dream job. It's just working towards that goal. It's little steps every day that'll change the big picture. You can't lose 10 pounds overnight. It's just walking every day, eating healthy. You do it in increments.
Change your habits.
Right. And I also think that I am so cautious about my own happiness because when I was younger, I was depressed for a decade. I suffered from severe depression to the point where I was doing very unhealthy things for myself. And once I was able to get out of that mental fog, focus on myself, create a life that I'm happy with, I am so cautious about giving that up.
How did you do that? How did you get from being severely depressed to where you are now?
Very slowly. It took me a decade. A
But
decade.
what were the steps? How did you do it?
I went to therapy on a regular basis. I also stopped drinking. One of my bad habits in college and my early 20s is I would go out with my friends on the weekend, or I'd have a glass of wine or two or three after a stressful day at work.
Yep.
And what ended up happening is my depression just got worse. It didn't help my depression. So the best thing I did was I completely cut out alcohol. So I try today to not drink at all because it can be a depressant.
Yep.
And I also just focus on being physically healthy and strong. Mondays, I volunteer. I do trash cleanups in my local area on Mondays. I really like helping my community. And I also need strength. Texas is 100 degrees outside. And the trash bags, we weigh them, they're between 20 to 35 pounds. And you have to carry them a distance sometimes.
Yep.
So for me to help my community, I have to be healthy. There would be no way I could be out in the Texas sun picking up trash uh, and carrying the trash bags. We had a cleanup at the Red Oak Walmart about a month ago, and the whole crew had left, and Red Oak will not pick up trash from its citizens. So when we do cleanups in Dallas, the city of Dallas will pick up the trash at the end of our cleanup. In Red Oak, it was either we find someplace to dispose or pay to dispose of the trash, or it's Walmart's trash, get Walmart to clean it up. I was able to get Walmart to take responsibility for the Walmart bags. We had over 200 pounds of Walmart bags,
Wow.
and Walmart made me carry the bags to their property line. So I was the last person. Everybody had to end. We clean up from 9 to noon. So everybody had went home but me. I took responsibility of disposing of the trash. I don't think Walmart thought I would be able to carry 200 pounds of trash to their property line. It was about a half
Oh,
mile walk, but I did it bag by bag, and I
wow.
was dripping bullets. It was tough, but I did it. So I wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't take care of myself physically.
Look who we got on here now.
All right.
Hi, welcome.
Hi, Stephanie. You made it.
It took me a while to figure it out because I'm old. I don't know.
That's okay. We're
That's why
happy to have
I
you.
do it because I didn't have computers when I was a kid.
Okay, Stephanie. So, what I want to know from you
Mm-hmm.
is how did you lose 191 pounds?
The old-fashioned way. I started swimming, biking, walking, doing HIIT exercises. I started eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, lean meat,
Mhm.
staying away from a lot of bread and dairy. Just healthy eating, honestly.
Was it more exercise or what were you eating before?
Um, Anything.
Anything and everything?
A lot of fast food, to be honest. Yeah,
I wonder if it'll. Oh, I don't want to do that.
yeah.
There we go. Look at that. That's good. Okay.
A lot of whatever was close or easy to get to. Not caring. That's how I got
Okay.
320 something pounds.
So, what made you decide enough is enough?
Just like I decided I quit smoking. One day I woke up March 17th. March. It was St. Patty's Day in 2017, and I'm like, I'm not gonna smoke no more. I just put it down and stopped doing it.
That was just it.
Yep. When I get my mind set on something, there ain't no stopping me. I've always been that way, though.
And so now you mentioned something about the skin, and I don't know if Janet's still on here, but she has some connections to plastic surgeons, and I guess I didn't understand. You said the insurance company approved it.
Yeah, because I found this doctor who made sure my insurance covered it. He knows how to word everything. He's really good. He's
Okay,
found this plastic surgeon.
but you didn't want to do it because you were afraid you couldn't work. Is that, if I remember right, it had something to do with your job?
Well, I work part time and I missed a month because I had a heart attack. Who loses 100, almost 200 pounds, then has a heart attack but me, you know?
Wow.
I mean, I had the heart attack after I lost the weight. But they said it was something hereditary.
The heart attack was?
Yeah.
Mm.
They said I had a coronary artery dissection, but because of my diet, they said that's what saved me, honestly, and because I had no blood clots, because I don't eat fried food at all,
Wow.
like at all,
Otherwise, you would have died.
Wow.
more than likely.
So
Well,
if
I
you
have
wouldn't have
kidney
lost the
disease
weight,
too, so my kidneys could have failed from the heart attack, which they did well because I lost all that weight and took my function from 30 to 88% by eating healthy.
that's right. You said that. So your kidneys were already not working
I've had
hardly at all.
no, I've had kidney disease since I was 24.
Wow.
And I'm 49, and they told me by now it'd fail, but instead I reversed it.
You reversed it just by eating healthy food.
Yep.
That's incredible. I'm going to pop down. It is so
Okay.
good to see you, Stephanie. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
so happy to have been able to pop up here.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
Jenny
you.
Mae. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry, I look a mess today.
No, you look fine. I just pulled Jenny Mae up here because I wasn't sure if you got your times mixed up or if you were just having a problem getting on here.
I was having a problem getting on. I was like,
Here's Janet.
illiterate when it comes
Janet,
to
what is your question for Stephanie? Hopefully it will. Sometimes she's delayed a little bit, but
I also watched, I counted my calories for the longest time. I don't know more. I just eat a lot of plant-based stuff, but I counted my calories a lot in the beginning.
did you keep track of your weight every day or every week or did
See,
you
they tell you not to, but I weighed myself every day because I knew if I didn't, I would go back to my old habits.
so you did it to motivate you, right?
Yeah, I would weigh every morning when I got up, but I wouldn't wear any clothes. And I would pee first, so I would get more accurate weight. That's what they tell you to do.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and it took you a year, right?
Yeah. It took me probably a year and a half total.
Okay, so if you can lose 191 pounds in a year and a half just by changing your diet,
Right.
other people should be able to do this.
Oh, a lot of people have done this, to be
A
honest.
lot of people have done it. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody can do it. It just have to be, you have to, you're going to have days where you mess up.
What was the hardest part for you?
Not binging. Because I used to be a binge eater big time.
What did you
Trying
binge
to keep
eat?
busy.
What was your go-to binge eating foods?
Chips.
Chips.
I loved chips. Chips and ice cream. Those are my
Yeah.
two weaknesses.
And they can both get you in a lot of trouble really fast.
I still have chips once in a while, I'm not gonna lie, but I'll get a little tiny bag of baked lays or something.
Yeah.
So I don't overdo it.
Right.
Yeah. The smallest bag they have.
So how has your life changed since you've lost the weight?
I could do a lot more than I used to before. I could walk up and down the stairs without getting out of breath,
Yeah.
for one. I worked part-time. Before I didn't work at all. See, I'm worried about I want to do the surgeries, but here's what my dilemma is. I'm the sole provider of my place. You know what I'm saying? My kids are grown, they moved out. My husband died in 2013. So I get disability, but it's not enough to cover all my bills, clearly, because everything's so high priced right now. So I work part-time. And if I go get the surgeries, I'm gonna have to be out of work for a while. And I'm like, how am I gonna pay my bills? That's what I'm worried about.
Have you thought about starting a GoFundMe page?
And healthy eating is expensive too, because I don't get food stamps,
Right. Have you thought about GoFundMe?
Yeah, I tried to GoFundMe a long time ago before I couldn't before when I couldn't find a doctor to help me with the surgeries, but nobody ever donated, so I just took it down. You know, because I'm not like one of those people that I'm not one of those people that get on social media all that often I don't know. I've never asked for help in my life. Does that make
Right.
sense?
Yeah. No, it
I've
makes sense.
always done everything on my own. I mean, even with my disabilities, everybody's like, why do you work? You got back problems, you got knee problems, you know, you got kidney problems, you got heart problems now, and you still want to work. I'm like, because I'm crazy or because I'm used to just being self-sufficient. Like even in the hospital, when I had a heart attack, I wouldn't ask the nurses to take me to the bathroom. I wouldn't let them wash me. I wanted to do everything myself. That's just who I am, you know?
Right.
And when you ask for help, people degrade you, and I don't like that. So I don't ask. You know what I mean?
So is the skin's not going to go away without it being removed, though, right?
No, no. I have a lot. If you've
Yeah.
seen my page, I have a lot.
So how long would you be off work?
Well, I have to do 2 separate surgeries that they approve for me. See, I'm very large chested. So I went from a 46I and I thought I would get smaller to a, what am I now, like a 38G, I think. So I still have a big chest. So I have a lot of skin on my chest that it just made it droopier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all it did.
Yeah.
Um, so I have to do a breast reduction because it's impossible to find a bra at my size. It's like hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to do the belly because that's where most of my weight was when I was big. It was always in my chest and my stomach mostly. I mean, I have some on my arms and some on my upper thighs, but my legs are pretty skinny. They've always been pretty skinny, even when I was big.
Wow. Is there any risk to keeping the skin there?
It just gets in my way a lot, and I get rashes. Yeah, because it hangs a lot. You know what I mean? It hangs
Yeah.
pretty low. That's why the doctor got it approved. He said if it hangs more than so many inches, he can get it approved. Yeah.
Yeah. Janet said that there's some amazing plastic surgeons that would consider treating you because your story is so inspirational. And I agree with that. But who's going to pay her bills while
Right.
and I think she said that's what's holding her back and then if there's complications, that's the other thing, right? I mean,
Right.
and hopefully there wouldn't be.
They don't think that it would be. You know what I mean? Because I'm only on like, even though I had a heart attack, I had an end STEMI, but I'm only on like a very small dose of metoprolol. Like,
Yeah.
okay, look, I take half of a 25 milligram though, because
Yeah, it's pretty low.
my blood pressure is so good because I eat so healthy.
Right.
Like my blood pressure is like, for example, this morning it was like 90 something over 74. Like it's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, my biggest concern is the financial part of it. Like,
Right.
how am I going to pay my bills? I don't want my bills shut off. You know,
Right.
I don't want to like starve because like my check barely pays my rent nowadays. My rent's like $1,000 a month. You know, it's ridiculous for a 1 bedroom.
Yeah.
I live in a 1 bedroom, and it's
Yeah.
$1,000 out here. That's
Where
what's
are you?
killing me.
What city are you in? Where are you?
Avon Lake.
I don't know where that is.
Oh, it's in Ohio.
Oh, you're in Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's close to my job.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it just depends on how bad you want it done. Would you have to pay for the surgery too?
No, see, I've gotten my insurance to cover both the surgeries because of this doctor. He's that good. Actually, he got them to cover both the surgeries.
Janet says that she thinks that they might take care of everything just to share your story. That's possible. That is possible. I wonder what other people in your situation do.
Yeah. See, when you're the sole provider yourself, you're like, okay, how am I going to pay my electric bill if I'm out of work? How am I going to pay my car insurance? Like, I mean, there's things you got to still pay, even,
Right.
you know.
And how you're going to eat.
Yeah, that's a big one, too.
Yeah.
Because that's literally why I work part-time, to pay my bills and buy food. I mean, I'm not worried about my rent. I'm worried about my bills and food. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I get disability for the rent part.
Yeah. Do they keep raising your rent?
I just moved to this place because the other place I lived in, my husband died in. So,
Oh.
and I had to get out of there
Yeah.
because I kept seeing his body laying on the floor, and
Oh, God.
I didn't want to go. That's what put me into the weight. I was depressed. I got raped when I was 13 till I was 16. And I didn't have like the best life. I lost everybody that was close to me. They all died. My best friend, my grandma, my husband, my brother, my dog. One of them. Now I have another dog. But yeah, I don't know. I got very depressed, and that's why I gained all that weight. I just didn't care.
And eating probably made you feel better, right?
Yeah.
Until you decided you didn't want to do it anymore.
No. I got tired of being in pain all this. Like when I was big, I couldn't even walk down the street. Like my ankles would swell really bad. I couldn't walk down the street. I was crying, and like one day I'm like, screw this. I just can't do this no more.
Yeah.
I want to be able to ride a bike. I want to be able to like walk without getting tired so easily. I want to be able to go upstairs without getting out of breath.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm just going to change my whole diet because I first I started like I went to the gym and I would just walk on the treadmill, and I felt like I wasn't losing any weight because I didn't change my diet, you know.
Right.
And I told the trainer that. I said, "What am I doing wrong?" And he said, "What do you eat?" And I told him, and he's like, "Change your whole diet, and I guarantee you'll lose weight." And he was not wrong. I went down to at one point I was down to 131. And I gained a little bit of it back because I didn't like being that low.
And where did you start?
I started at 322. Yeah.
You went from 322 to 131?
Yeah. I was 5X to a small. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, wow. Just from watching calories.
So you don't have any secrets. Your secret is you just stopped eating crappy food.
Yeah. I don't go to fast food. But luckily where I live, there's a lot of healthy restaurants. Like, I'll go get a smoothie or a salad or a wrap or something like that nowadays. Or a fruit cup or something grilled, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm lucky that where I live, there's a lot of healthy places. That helps a lot.
Do you cook your own food most of the time?
Yep. Most of the time.
Do you still eat meat?
I don't eat that much meat, but it's because I have kidney disease.
Right.
And my body like doesn't process the meat right. I don't know. I don't eat a lot of meat. I probably eat meat once a day, maybe twice sometimes. But not like huge portions of it, you know?
Yeah.
It's always chicken, turkey, or fish.
Right.
I don't eat beef or pork or any of that.
Wow. It's an amazing story.
And I don't eat processed stuff at all.
Good.
That's why my uh, blood pressure's so good, I think.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of processed foods full of salt.
Yeah.
And salt pulls water into your body, which not only makes you gain weight, but also is hard on your kidneys.
Yeah.
And it increases your blood volume, which increases your blood pressure.
Exactly. When I do use salt once in a while, I use Himalayan salt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody have any questions for Stephanie? If I've got her up here. I'm not sure who all is in the audience. I know Janet's probably still here. They're awful quiet. They're awful quiet. Is there anything else you want to tell us?
Can't think of anything at the moment.
Nothing? Okay.
Thanks.
Well, I'm glad you made it on here. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you came on, and I'm glad you told your story.
Yeah. Thanks.
I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I wish I could find a way to get that surgery to happen for you, though.
Yeah, because I'll show you the letter. Hang on.
Okay.
This is what I got, and I almost couldn't believe it. Let's see. Hang on. I'll see if I can flip my camera, though. Probably can. I don't know how to flip it. Oh, there it is. Nope. Just turned it off. Is there a way to flip your camera on this thing?
I don't know. Uh-oh. I think we lost her, guys. And I don't know if it'll let her come back in. I don't think it will. Well, what we'll do is we'll get her on TikTok and we'll have her read oh, here she is. She could come back on. Good. Okay. I didn't know if it'd let you come back on here.
I don't know how to flip the camera.
Okay, you can just hold it up so we can see it.
But this is the letter I got that told me I was approved for my insurance. I don't know if you can read that.
Cleveland Clinic, breast reduction and something. Requested to September. The following services have been approved.
See?
That's awesome.
That's why they said they approved my breast reduction and panniculectomy. Is that how you?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I was excited, but then I was like, how am I going to miss work though?
How long would you have to miss it for?
It depends. They said the breast reduction, it might be just a few weeks. Depends on how you heal. And then the other one's probably a lot longer on your stomach.
Oh, so this is months and months. It's not weeks.
Yeah, they have to take a lot off though.
And then sew it back together, right?
Yeah. They have to
Oh God.
Yeah. And the chest, they have to literally I know it sounds gross, but they have to take the nipples off and take it off and then reattach them. Sounds weird. I know.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound cool. But that's the only way to make them look right.
Right.
Yeah. Because they hang 15 inches. That's how long they hang. They hang pretty low,
Yeah.
I like being in the 140s. That's where I'm happiest. 140, 145. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's wonderful.
But I try. I just watch what I eat a lot.
Yep.
Every day I have every day I usually have one salad. Every day for one of my meals.
Yeah.
Yeah. That way I get some veggies and usually I have fruit in the morning. like a smoothie or something.
That's what Jetty May said she does, oatmeal and fruit in the morning.
That's what I do every morning.
Yep.
Oatmeal and a smoothie. That's what I do. Oatmeal and a smoothie. Because I can eat it fast and run out the door to work.
Yep.
And then I take a salad and fruit to work usually. And then I'll have usually brown rice and some kind of meat and veggies for dinner.
Janet wants to know if you're part of a support group.
Support group? Like what kind of support group?
What type of a support group, Janet, are you referring to? I'm not sure if she's referring to like a Weight Watchers type group, or maybe a group of women that have been through what you've been through that have the same type of problems that you have. That might be what she's talking about.
I have so many problems. Which one?
Well, you know,
They want me to have a back surgery. I refuse to do that. I'm not doing that.
Oh, God.
I'm not doing that. I've had too many surgeries already. Now, I would do the skin removal if I could figure out a way to take care of myself.
There's got to be a way you can make this happen. There's got to be a way.
It's just harder when you're on your own. Like if my husband was still alive, I know he'd be like, "Oh, I'll take care of the bills. You just,
right,
do your surgeries." But it's harder when you're by yourself, and it's even harder when you're disabled and can't work like a normal person. Like
right.
Because if I could work, believe me, I would. I wish I could work full time.
And they don't give you enough disability to pay for your bills, right?
No, they barely give me enough to pay my rent right now.
That's crazy. Where do they expect you to live?
I don't know.
People that have gone through such a drastic transformation. That's a support group she's talking about.
But I'm on disability since my late 30s too, because of my kidney disease. So.
Right. But that got a lot better.
Yeah, but now I got heart disease. Tell me how that happened. I don't know. Guess it's hereditary according to them.
They probably don't know.
It has to be hereditary. Yeah. I don't understand it. Huh?
So Janet said people that have gone through such a drastic transformation, that's a support group she's talking about.
Oh, I know a lot of people like that. There's a lot of them on TikTok alone.
Yeah. Yep. There is.
I got lucky though. I've seen this one doctor and she's like, "Wow, you worked hard to lose all that weight and you can't." At first, I couldn't find a doctor to get my surgery approved. They kept telling me no, no, no. And this lady was like, "I know a doctor and I'm going to send you to him." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And she was right because you got this approved somehow.
Have you tried to find ways that maybe you can get some sort of extra disability to get this done?
What do you mean, how?
I don't know. I mean, have you called to tell them, look, I have to have surgery. What you're paying me is only covering my rent, and see if they'll.
I mean, at best, they might give you food stamps while you're out of, but they ain't gonna give you more money. Janet
wants to talk to you.
They'd probably give you some food stamps, but God knows how much, and it's probably not enough for me because I eat healthy.
Yeah,
it's expensive. All I like. Every time I go to the store, I go straight for the fruits and vegetables.
Right.
I get a little bit of meat, but I mostly get fruits and vegetables. I'm not gonna lie, and I always make sure I have oatmeal. I eat oatmeal every morning. Pretty much. Once in a while, I have like eggs or something different. But
yeah.
But I only eat egg whites.
Okay, Stephanie, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you Janet's number if you want to contact her.
Okay.
She wants to talk to you.
Okay.
I got to send her number to Kat too. So I'm going to try to do that right now.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks for coming on and telling your story. I really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
And I'll see you in TikTok land.
long to get on.
That's okay. It's okay. At least you made it on.
Right. All right.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Stephanie.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, guys, I'm going to log off now. We had 2 people. We learned some things about how you can lose weight and how you can stay healthy. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will send Janet's number to them, both Kat and Stephanie, right now, so I don't forget to do it. So I will see you guys on the next live. My name is Pharmacist Michael. Be happy and be healthy.